What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about karmic energy and just putting those good vibes out there, and that when you have a positive way of thinking, that a lot of people always think that when somebody crosses them or a negative experience happens, that they almost have to defend themselves or seek revenge. And I'm here to tell you that the universe will naturally do its job when something like that happens and something is unjust. So, for example, if something happens and you feel like it wasn't right and that you didn't do anything wrong, and just a situation like unfolds to where you're feeling kind of heartbroken, or just that you were served injusticely, that you guys, if you're a good person, stay true to yourself. If somebody even comes at you in a rude or negative way, always keep that in mind of how you would act normally. So people today, they always steer away from who they really are when a confrontation happens and they feel like they have to go into this battle defensive mode. And you don't have to do that, you guys. That's why being graceful comes with maturity. Because when you can just walk away from a situation, not think anything badly, wish it on its way, and just go about yourself, I can promise you that the universe will provide for you in a positive manner, and that eventually light will come to head. That's kind of like an old tale, saying that eventually the truth will always unfold. You don't have to be the person to defend yourself. And sometimes I think too, when something happens, if you act immediately is when you're impulsive, and when usually those emotions are just so full of fire, and usually you're not going to be tactful and you're not going to be effective. So whenever something happens like that, I urge you guys to kind of take a step back, either remove yourself or walk away and take some time to just focus on yourself. I've said this before, the best revenge that you can give anybody or anything or any situation isn't getting back at them. It isn't defending yourself. It isn't putting that person on blast. It isn't speaking about it in a negative way, because two wrongs don't ever make a right. And usually that just makes it into like a snowball effect of negativity. So what I urge you guys to do is, like I said, take a deep breath, walk away from a person or a situation. And like I said, the best revenge you can do is just to be better, to get better, do better. Focus on yourself. And there's nothing that anybody can ever say about that. You know, if anything, if you're referring to a relationship that ended, instead of getting back at that boyfriend or, having negative feelings, focus on your happiness and what you really want, and work on, your fitness and your health and stuff like that. And then I can guarantee you that's the best revenge anyways, because if you lost a guy or he lost you or whatever the case may be, if he looks at you a couple of years from now and he's like, dang, she looks great, or dang, she looks amazing, or wow, I missed out. You didn't have to be angry. You didn't have to be mean. And it's an effective way to get someone to realize things without you having to always point it out. And that goes along with the drama today, you guys. Don't feed into that. Now, it's one thing if somebody, we're all surrounded by the drama. It's inevitable. But if somebody is, for example, venting or talking about someone or this or that, it's one thing to listen, and it's another to actually engage and feed into that and give your opinion. Because like I said, then that's just snowballing into more and more people hearing it, seeing it, talking about it. And some things are better left unsaid. And that's the reason why I've been saying that you don't always have to speak out. When you feel like something was done wrong against you, sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet, you guys. Just bite it, just take it. And it's not easy. It's not easy getting criticized. So recently I made a video about how I had interacted with my friend who is atheist. And I got so many comments on there of these people just bashing me and this and that. And the way that I handled myself was empowering. So take that into consideration. There's people coming at me, calling me names, saying really mean things to me. And I felt empowered during that time of being belittled. And the reason why is because I held my head high. I didn't have to belittle them back, didn't have to engage in an argument or a confrontation. Instead, I killed them with kindness. Because what is somebody going to say to that? Nobody can respond and fight with only themselves. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feed into that and you don't give somebody what they're wanting, like I felt like I had made myself very, very clear in my point of how in my opinion, God is real. I felt like I gave those examples and these people are like, well, you're just speaking on theory and this and that. And I said, no, you guys are now like belittling me and you're calling me names. I said, and I don't need to retaliate. I don't have to belittle you and I don't have to tell you you're wrong. I don't have to feed into this. I feel like I've made myself clear and I said, and you know what? This is proving to me even more that Jesus is real because you guys are over here like targeting me and, trying to battle me and I'm not battling you back. And like I said, I felt very empowered by that. And you know what I told a lot of those people is I said, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I don't have to sit here and tell you you're wrong to get my point across. Said, do you know how to be effective with someone? It's one thing to, and I've said this before, you could know the first from start to finish about a topic or a subject, right? And you could be talking to somebody who doesn't get it. Now, there's 2 things that are either going to happen. Either this person is going to listen to you or they're not going to listen to you because they disagree and they don't want to hear it honestly. Now, that is the difference between effective communication and then somebody just talking and you're not listening. It's like in one ear, out the other because you don't want to hear it, right? There is a way to effectively reach people. And that is why the word tact comes into play a lot with communication as well. Tact means saying the right thing and knowing when to say it and also how you say it. So being effective with someone. You don't always have to shoot them back. Just because someone is targeting at you doesn't mean you have to do it back, you guys. Lead by example. And you know what? If you have a disagreement, you don't have to always speak your mind. If you know that this person has their opinion and they're not going to see your point of view, then don't even waste your energy. Just don't even get into it like that. Just humbly stay to yourself. Be the bigger person. If somebody says something you don't necessarily like, you don't always have to defend your point of view because once again, that's going to cause an argument and a confrontation and it's going to just like feed that drama. So whenever something happens to where you felt like you were treated unjustly or you have a different opinion or whatever, that the best thing that you can do is to be graceful and to really hold your tongue. And that when you don't agree upon things, you don't have to tell them that they're wrong. And you don't always have to voice your opinion. Just kind of take it and, be considerate of people. And like I said, if somebody wants an argument, they can't argue with themselves. If you don't give them anything to argue with you back, they're not going to. So if you guys want to check that video out, it's actually kind of comical because I have so many people that are commenting negatively and I responded to them all in a very positive way. And like I said, that lifted me up. That made me feel more like a queen. Well, wow, all these people are stomping all over me, but guess what? I don't have to stoop to your level. I'm not going to. I'm going to tell you, listen, brother, I love you regardless of your opinion, regardless if you're hating on me and this and that. I still respect you and I still love you. And that's the point of communicating effectively is, if you think that you're going to get your point across by being defensive and argumentative and hostile, it's never going to be effective. How to reach someone effectively is to show emotion and to show care. If you take into consideration somebody's feelings, you are always going to be effective. You could say, we don't agree. That's okay. I still love you and I still respect you. That person, what are they going to say to that? It might make them even more angry, like, she's not giving me what I want to hear, what I want to battle. If you kill somebody with kindness, there's nothing that they can do, and that will typically shut them up. And that's exactly what I did on all of those hate comments, is I shut those people up and I didn't have to give them a battle. I didn't have to be negative. So another thing too, like I said, is if something happens where, you feel like you were double crossed or whatever, just breathe and be graceful and work on yourself and walk away and do your own thing and get better. And then eventually the truth will always come forth. You don't have to do that. The universe will naturally provide for you when you're doing good. I can promise you that. People call this karma. I call it the yin and the yang of the universe. I mean, other people call it, what's it called? Where just like the universe is like giving back to you, that they're like, it's like working with you, not against you. And that's why being a good person and putting like good energy into something, regardless if it was a bad situation, you can still give it love and handle it with love. If a relationship didn't end, you don't have to be negative about that. You can say, I really cared for that person. I wish them well. Wish them well, wish them happiness, wish them those good vibes, because guess what? That's going to come back to you naturally from the universe. And then, you're not, what's that saying? The misery loves company. That is only going to continue to spiral into you hating that situation, hating yourself, overanalyzing it, trying to deconstruct things. So let things go and be at peace with situations, whether it's bad or good. And give people your love, regardless of how they treat you. Do good anyways, you guys. And you will reap the benefits of that. It's like people talk so negatively about people who love God. It's like, well, look at how you're handling the situation right now. You're being negative and you're attacking people, whereas somebody who has Jesus should always be kind to one another, even if you disagree. Even if someone is, being mean to you, you don't have to be mean back. So just think about those things, you guys. That comes with maturity, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you guys with handling situations, handling confrontation, and not always being so defensive with this or that or battling or argumentative. You can be effective with someone and still be kind and be true to yourself. Mother Teresa says that too. Some people are going to question this. People are always going to have something to say. People are going to do this. People are going to do that. Do good anyway. And that will continue to be, what people see is, people could say, oh, this person's a terrible person. Well, if you do nothing but good and you show people nothing but good, eventually this person's going to be like, I feel like you were kind of wrong, and I'm going to judge based off of what I've seen. What I've seen from this person is nothing but good. So I urge you guys to be better and to be more kind, more understanding, more compassionate, more graceful, more tactful. And that will help you tremendously with maturing and growing spiritually and mentally. Like I said, I was empowered from being belittled. I mean, how often can people say that? And it was all in how I responded to people with love and kindness. And it made me feel good that I didn't have to stoop to their level. So I hope this video was helpful. I love you guys and I hope you're having a great day. Don't forget to comment if you're going through something or you have any questions. I would love to give you advice and help you. And yeah, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Love you guys.